His question as an opening question is excellent. He says, why are we doing this?
I think the time has now come for us to reflect on Swami's message, which is 10 years after Mahasamadhi. Swami lived a full life, and those of us who are very fortunate to be in the immediate presence of Swami and be blessed by him and guided by him in our personal lives, spiritual lives, and in the secular life of the Sathya Sai Central Trust. We have been very fortunate for that. Now, 10 years is a long time that has happened after the Mahasamadhi. So the object of this exercise that was done was to unify everybody. You see, the Swami set up the Sathya Sai Central Trust as a public charitable trust. He also set up other charities for the medical trust separately. But in Swami's, before Mahasamadhi itself, he started consolidating many of these trusts and institutions. And Central Trust became the focal point of his attention towards the fag end of his avatarhood. And Swami also blessed and set up the Sai organization in India and abroad. And they gave different names, different office bearers. And so long as Swami was physically with us, we were blessed to have his direct guidance in many of these things. Now, the issue that we started thinking of was that we must have one common platform where all the organizations are going to come together. The idea is not that the international organization is some alien organization which should be roped in or which should be controlled or supervised. That is not the idea at all. If you see, the trustees had a number of deliberations, and they bounced to this idea of the national president in India, and also Dr. Reddy was informed about it. And the trustees made a simple announcement in November last year, where the announcement was that it is decided to form a global council which has all of us together in it. That was the announcement. And the further details will be discussed with everybody, and it will be given effect to from the Guru Purnima following year, that is this year, 24th. So there was a full 9 months or 8 months and odd of time that was available for discussion. Now, the structure of this organization was prepared and shared. Thereafter, there was a lot of discussions. I won't go into the details because I think in the next questions, all those are going to come.
Yes.
The object is simply to put everybody together. And if you see the structure of the Global Council, we have all office bearers of the international organization in it. The national president is there, international organization chair is there, and only 3 trustees in the Central Trust are going to be there. This is the organization chart so far as the Global Council is concerned. There are 2 executive committees, one for international, one for national. In that also, in the international, entire body of Prashanti Council members are in it, including zonal chairs, central coordinators, all of them. So this is a body that is formed. And this body is the one which is unifying and coordinating all the institutions that Swami set up. That is the object of this Global Council. There's no other object behind it.
And my thought would be, why not now? Because the present is always very, very important. Present is omnipresent. And 10 years have gone by, as Brother Naganand mentioned. And as we direct ourselves to the centenary celebrations of our beloved Bhagwan, I think it was an opportune moment for people to start coming together on the same platform and moving together as one whole. Because Bhagwan always stood for unity and Bhagwan always stood for oneness. And I think that oneness was the real motivating factor to start this whole discussion. So I think I would concur with Brother Naganand.
We have been doing everything, all works related to each one of us, our individually, our business-wise, our family-wise. Every work is being conducted by all of us. We have not stopped anything for the last 2 years.
Right.
Then why ask institution to say, why are you doing now? Have you ever stopped any of your works? No, none of us have stopped. We are doing, even if our jobs, we are doing work from home, we are doing, everybody is carrying on their works. Institutions cannot be stalled paused for so long years. They have to evolve, they have to keep moving. So I think, it's just that, trying to find an excuse why now. If you see in the last 6 months, how many Zoom calls were conducted by SSIO, how many mails and how many messages, how many of them have been exchanged? how much, in fact, I keep telling them, last 6 months, SSIO has been most active. So in the past, maybe which I have ever seen last 10 years. So why not? So you could be active in so many other ways. Why not positively?
So I think the question is essentially, you've chosen to do this now. What prompted you to do it now?
Satyam vada, dharmam chara. These are the two edicts which we have in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Swami repeated it in most of his discourses. He said, you should be truthful. And we, the trustees, are completely truthful. We don't want to utter a single word which is not true. Now, the mystery that has been created about it is not our doing. Few days before the announcement, the trustees of the Central Trust, after a great deal of deliberations, unanimously decided that we must bring about unity and get all the organizations into one platform.
Right.
This was discussed internally among the trustees. Few days before the announcement, I personally spoke to Dr. Reddy and mentioned to him that this is what the trustees are contemplating. And we are going to make an in-principle announcement on the 23rd of November. And after that, I even mentioned that this is not going to be final on that day. There'll be enough time for us to discuss, debate, and arrive at a consensus. This was informed to him. Then it was announced. Now, what did the announcement say? I read out a prepared text, which was unanimously approved by the Board of Trustees. That is available in record. And the whole object is only to make everybody come and sit at one table. Now, you see, international organization is sitting in a different table, and the national organization is sitting in a different table. Central Trust is sitting in a different table. What is happening in each of those tables, we don't know. One table is ordering Chinese food, another is ordering Indian food, the third is ordering Japanese food.
Sure.
Now, how do we put everything together in one place? Well, let's all sit at one table and have a banquet where we'll all share the good things of each of our organizations. That was the object of this whole exercise. And everything was shared with them. You see, the question also sort of indicates that there was not enough information shared. Now, you see, we shared it with the chair of the international organization. Now, it is for them to explain why they did not send this document to all the centers. If they wanted the views of the centers and the devotees, the first thing that they should have done and could have done, possibly, is to send this document to everybody to say, Central Trust has proposed like this. Please let us know what your views in this are. Apparently, that was not done. And therefore, there are so many things that have happened in between. I think in the rest of the questions, when they come, we will have occasion to deal with the exact course of action that took place between that first conversation I had before the announcement and the current day. There are a number of developments that have taken place. And I very respectfully submit, I have great respect for Dr. Reddy personally. He's a great human being. He's led the organization. We have nothing personal against him. It's a question of what is it that Swami wanted us to do? You see, if you see Swami's own voice, his own discourses, we have extracted and we have sent it to all to the international organization, to other officers also. To say, Swami said that everything should be centered out of Puttaparthi, out of Prashanti Nilayam and Central Trust. These are words which Swami has used himself. So the whole idea is only to follow Swami's words and to give effect to what Swami has directed us to do.
Right.
Of course, there is some detraction from that. I will deal with it when those questions arise.
Okay.
Well, I think it's very strange that somebody should ask a question, why a good thought now? I mean, a good thought is a good thought which can come anytime, and a good thought must be acted upon immediately. Therefore, I think that's what I would always believe that one should do. And I think there is nothing untruthful about the whole proposition that all want to come together on one platform. And the foundation is definitely rooted into the strictest of truths that we've ever can practice. And it is genuinely that we all wanted to come together and we wanted to bring everybody on board. And therefore, I don't think there is any underlying issue about untruth or a lack of truth in this whole proposition.
Again, I want to say that, did you find any dishonesty any time when we were saying any of these things? Never. We were very open. We said our position. We were willing to clarify every doubt, or we could have provided a justification and clarification for every doubt SSIO, Dr. Narendra Reddy and his team, if they had entertained some doubts about it, we were willing to do it. But they did not come forward for any engagement. If you see after announcement on 23rd November, if you want to know sequences, what they did, on December second week, we get letters of attack from almost 130, 140 people. You were trying, the very first step was wrong. You were trying to, you thought you can threaten us, or perhaps, I do not know if I can use a very strong word, it may be blackmail us. What is it? Why did you do this?
That is what you felt at that point.
Yes, of course we did. We did feel that these 130 and most of 50, 40, 50 letters were, like templated and circulated to them to be sent.
Right.
And everybody knows about these things. So that did not work, because see, we were standing for the truth only. If you go into the International Organization website, any one of you can, even now, if somebody is on the call, can go into the international website and see where is what's called a permanent charter. If you go into permanent charter of international organization, what is on their website, if you go into that, open that and go into what is called structure, there is a, under the section 5, if you go into the permanent charter, it's very clearly, it's written there. It's charter provided and blessed by Swami, and 1981 it says, it's very clearly it says, there shall be a body from Prashanti Nilayam, which comprises of Central Trust, Indian Organization Head, and the International Organization Head.
Right.
And that body will be not only coordinating, they very clearly use the word supervising.
Right.
I think somebody has put this. We
put the slide up.
Okay, to guide and supervise. See, that is, you can see this in International Organization website. To guide, see, there shall be a central organization or a body at Prashanti Nilayam. It's very clear. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it's so clear. To guide and supervise is the word which you can see there.
Right.
So we did not invent this word just to intimidate somebody or to supervise. This is already there. And who are all it's very clearly states, all of you are part of it. To make rules and regulations and provide guidelines of the organization from time to time to determine all matters requiring authoritative decisions of the organization. It's very clearly laid out, and this is part of International Organization website. We have not created it.